conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, very good morning. Okay, so without any delay, I'll just start the session. May others join in between. Okay, so in the previous session, we are trying to understand what is DBMS, right? So DBMS is nothing but it's a management system. In the DBMS, we have different properties which are also known as acid properties, and also uh, disadvantages in normal way of storing data has become an advantages in DBMS. So the advantages also we discussed, and we come across all the different DBMS. Okay, after that we concluded that relational model we are using nowadays to store the data. Okay, and one more thing, um, columns are also known as attributes, rows are also known as records. So this information you need to remember in your mind. Okay, and one more thing, I told you that I will be telling you what is on premise and what is cloud, right? Yeah. So before introducing what is SQL, okay, we know that it is a medium or a language that help us to communicate with relational databases. So okay, this information we know about SQL. Okay, so before that, I just want to tell you what is on premise and what is cloud. It's a general knowledge. Okay, when we decided to enter into this data domain, we should aware of what is on premise and what is cloud, what actually running in this industry. Okay, see, on premise is nothing but everything you have to buy and you have to configure by your own. Okay, just like your SQL server. If you want, I'll show you the SQL server here, but in general I will give you one example. Maybe the SQL server or everything you have to buy, everything you have to configure, if I say something like this might confuse you. This might um, have some lot of questions in your mind. What is configuring, what is installing, why we have to do all those things, what is on premise in general. Okay, see, on premise is nothing but whatever you want to do. Let's say you want to run your code, or else, okay, don't talk technically, let us be it so normally. um you have your phone number, contacts, right? Contacts in your mobile, right? See, in olden days, okay, I'm just talking about olden days. In olden days, we don't have any email. Okay, we have, but our parents does, I mean, usually have this keypad phones. Okay, now everybody was having a smart enough with the smartphones, but in earlier we used to have this keypad phones, right? So in that keypad phones, if something happens, if that phone destroys, if that phone is not working properly, if they buy a new phone, we are just able to change the sim from this phone to that phone, right? So our parents generally says that few numbers are missing. So why it happens? So can anybody, why few numbers are missing if you change the sim to one mobile to another mobile? Can you tell me answer for it? You know this. In simple, right? So few phone numbers are, first of all, am I audible? Hey, confirm me in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, thank you so much. See, in olden days, yeah, thank you guys. See, in olden days, we used to uh, hear this such kind of words that few numbers are missing, even if you change the SIM from one mobile to another mobile. It is just because few numbers are storing in the phone directly. Okay, so the moment you store the numbers in a phone, if phone collapses, that data will not be retrieved, that data will not be recovered, that data will not be backed. Okay, if it is in SIM, you can store it in the another mobile also. Now that olden days methodology is nothing but an on premise one. You have taken the phone, you have installed the SIM. Even if you buy a new keypad phone also, the same happens, right? If it collapses, and whatever you have, let's say, um your okay, the same keypad phone, okay, in the same keypad phone numbers, are you able to see those numbers in your phone as of now we are seeing it? No, right? See, I can't see what are all the numbers I have in my father's phone. Okay, because in olden days he used to maintain that keypad phone, and those numbers cannot be in my mobile, because he's not using any email, he's not using anything to store those numbers. What I'm trying to tell you is, if something collapses, it collapses, no other option to back up that. And one more thing, you can't see, you forgot your phone here. Okay, you forgot your keypad phone here. Will you able to retrieve the information that you stored in your keypad phone? No, right? Until unless you get that phone, you will not be able to recover the data, right? Either that phone you need to have, or else just leave that data, right? So this one thing. And now what happened to the same? I am storing my phone numbers in the email. Okay, see, while saving, you will be getting this option, right? If you want to sync to this, which email you want to sync, you are just selecting your email, and that is syncing to your this mail. If even if after changing your SIM, some numbers you will not get until unless you have your email in your phone. Okay, now I lost my phone, or else I don't have my phone right now with me. So I want a few numbers that I have synced with email, which is very important. Now what I can do, I can take my mother's phone, I can log in my email, simply I can get my all my accounts, I mean all my phone numbers which I needed. Now wherever you go, wherever you can able to log in and get your data, that is that information in cloud, in the sense, whatever you store data. See, you know about Google, right? You know how Google email is also a Google account, Gmail, Google account, right? By using a Google account, you're going to have an email. So where you're storing the data, you have OneDrive where you're storing the data in the cloud. I myself no need to carry my phone with me. Okay, so okay, if my friend is beside to me, I can take her phone and I can log in my if I want WhatsApp, if I want Instagram, if I want email, if I want my drive, if I want my contacts, everything can be in cloud now. Google are providing a cloud platform, Amazon is providing a cloud platform, AWS is providing a cloud platform. These three are the major cloud platforms we have in the industry. Okay, as of now, we are knowingly or unknowingly, we are using cloud, I mean, Google Cloud. Everybody was having YouTube, everybody was having OneDrive, everybody was having this emails. Those are all in cloud. You no need to install anything. See, don't tell me, Bhavya, I need to install the Google products. Okay, that installation is fine. But see, are you installing the email? Are you installing the email? See, apps you are using. Okay, applications you are installing. But can you do the same thing in the web? Of course, right? Can you log in your WhatsApp in the web? You can. See, I have, if you see here, I don't have any WhatsApp here. Okay, I don't have any WhatsApp app. Okay, maybe if I have here, I didn't even log in here. Okay, so I opened my WhatsApp in the, see, in the web itself. Got it? So what I'm just trying to tell you is, even if it is a, um even if it is not your system, not your device, you can do some login anywhere just because of the cloud feature. Now tell me, is cloud require a device or on premise require a device? On premise, right? Yeah, correct. See, on premise require a device. You see, if you forgot your device here, no other option, you should come back and you should take that device, or else by using somebody's help you should take that to your place. But cloud is not like that. It will be present anywhere. People from US can order the things in India. From India can order the things in US. See, there is, lot of distance here. How this is doing? Because of cloud. See, you are able to use Amazon shopping app. Okay, sometimes you will be away from your phone, and you will be using in the web. Is it not allowing you to do that? It is allowing you to do that. Okay, so my answer, I mean, my thing is, cloud is something, it is available. You no need to do anything, just create an account and use it. Like how you will create an account for email and you will use it, the similar way you should create an account, you can use it. But on premise is not like that. You need to install something, you need to configure something. Okay, you need to store it somewhere. Okay, so for this, I mean, from okay, in order to learn SQL, we are using on premise SQL server. Bhavya, why you are not using cloud? Hey, see, per month it will be charging huge amount. Okay, for practice I believe no need. And also, cloud platforms, everything is its own. Okay, if I want to do the same SQL server, right, a Microsoft product. SQL server is a Microsoft product. SQL server is a database. Okay, so Oracle is a database. DB2 is a database. Okay, so out of all these databases, I am just using SQL server, an on premise database. Similar to that, Azure SQL. Azure SQL is nothing but a cloud database. Got it? See, this might confuse you, but this is important to understand the general knowledge. How actually the data arrived, how actually the world is running now. Okay, so previously everything is in on premise. Previously everything has to be in on premise because we don't have cloud in order to maintain. See, cloud is not a small concept. How you are storing your data, how you are able to log in and use your use your data, how you are able to do some online transactions, how the data is storing, everything is a big history. Everything is a big, knowledge. If you want to learn, there is a different kind of storing. We have many data centers to store that. Got it? So that is where I'm telling you, just understand what is cloud and what is on premise. Okay, just a small concept. If you want, after the course, I can teach you that as well. What is cloud, how it actually storing the data, that I can teach you. No worries in that. But as of now, understand we are using on-premise SQL Server to learn SQL. Okay, which is free of cost. But one thing you have to do is you have to install, you have to configure it. See, when I'm teaching my ninth batch, I believe in the ninth batch, in between the batch I lost my laptop, which I lost my SQL server. So whatever the queries I have run, those are all I lost. What I have done, I have taken a new one, and I have uh, continued the topic. And I asked one of you to query all the data by looking into the recordings. Okay, so just go to that. Yeah. um so that is about on premise. I'll show you what is SQL server, how the interface is. um okay, so before that, let us understand how SQL arrived into the market. So do you have any doubts in this on premise and cloud? Like, if you want to know much about that, just hit the difference between on premise and cloud. Just ask, maybe you're all familiar with chat gpt. Just ask it. Okay. Okay, so now let us talk about this SQL. Okay, as we know that it's a language, or else it's a medium that help us to communicate with the relational database. I'm stressing the point, relational database. Don't use SQL to communicate with Excel. Don't use SQL to communicate with your notebooks. Don't use SQL to communicate with the people. So when I'm learning, I use it to talk to the people in SQL. See, I'm not telling you that I'm just talking in that. I am assuming if I want to introduce SQL in my conversation, how it can be. See, let's say um you want your mother to get a coffee for you. Okay, how you'll ask your mother, mom, can I get some coffee? In English, I'm asking in English. If you want, you can ask something like this, right? Now, in SQL, you want to write this sentence in an SQL code, and this, remember this sentence in the future, in the upcoming classes, you're going to query this thing. Okay, that I'll help you, but keep this question in your mind, how we can do that. Okay, fine. um Now, what is SQL, right? So, SQL is a language that was introduced by not EF code, but a relational data model was introduced by EF code with some rules, with some limitations. Later on, in order to communicate with this relational databases, he introduced SQL language. Okay, so what are the rules he has given, how the SQL has arrived, how he introduced all those things, we can see that. So there are, I believe, rules. Yeah, see, 12 EF code rules we have, and I request you not to remember all those 12 rules. Only few is enough. Okay, see, what are all the errors you are getting in the queries, or else in the uh, relational databases? Those are all nothing but rules, I can tell you. See, irrespective of syntax errors, I'm not talking about syntax errors. Okay, I do you know what is syntax? Okay, I'll tell you, no worries. People are learning from scratch, right? I'll tell you that also. See, um syntax is nothing but a structured one. Let's say A after B, B after C, C after D has to be there in alphabets. right? If I give A, C, D, something like this, I just missed the B, right? So that is nothing but a syntax error. Order you are missing, structure you are missing. Okay, so there is a defined structure. We know that after A it should be B, after B it should be C, after C it should be D, right? That is also a syntax, which is nothing but it is an ordered way. Got it? So that is nothing but a syntax. See, syntax errors that we are doing, that is nowhere related to rules. Apart from syntax errors, you are getting any different error, then that is nothing but a rule. That is nothing but a rule. No worries, we will do it everything practically. Every see that we have acid properties, right? So that r- properties also I will try to show you practically, not directly, but in between the concepts that will come. Got it? Fine. Now there are few 12 rules, right? So these are all the definitions for those 12 rules in an order I have given. But apart from all these 12 rules, I just want to tell you the few rules. Maybe if you can note, you can do it. The first rule is your data must be in a table format. Okay, table format means it should be in rows and columns. Maximum I will try to cover 12 rules. Actually, why I'm not taking each and every rule like this means, this is more technical word. Okay, see, let's say I'm taking an interview. Okay, I'm the interviewer and you are the person who gives interview. Okay, I don't want to listen a technical words from you directly, I'm telling you, right? See, because what I need is, if there is a concept, if there is a business logic, how you're going to apply, do you know the rules or not? Only that I need. I don't want you to explain what is rule number 1, what is rule number 2. No, I don't want it. Even that is how the interview happens. Okay, so what I want, if you are eager to learn, like eager to know, just to see how the rules are there, you can have a look here, which I'll be sharing this ppt with you. Okay, but a general rules, how what ef code has given, that I will tell you. Okay, so first rule is, if your data is in, want to be in relational model, then that data should be in a relation, I mean a table format, which is in the form of rows and columns. Okay, and each cell, this is a cell, right? The one which I have highlighted. So this is a cell. Each cell should have a single value. This is rule number 2. Got it? Each cell should have a single value. You can't take multiple values in a single cell. Bhavya, what happens if I take, does it not allow me to take that? It will allow, but he is not telling, I mean he is telling you that you will not get the proper data you want. So that is where he asked to have a each cell should be a single value. If you have multiple values in a cell, then that is nothing but a disturbed data or uncorrected data, untransformed data. Again, we are digging deeper into a data engineering. I don't want to go into that concept now. Okay, so remember the second rule: for each cell you should have only one value. This is the second rule. Okay, third rule is, for each table you can have only one primary key. Hey Bhavya, what is this primary key? This is what your doubt is, right? I'll tell you. See, um, primary key, a beautiful concept, but as of now, remember it's a key which will be having unique values. A key. will be having a unique values. So EF code is telling that for each table, for each individual table, only one primary key should be there. If I try to have one more primary key on top of this table, see, already one primary key was there. Okay, one primary key was there. When I try to have on top of the same table primary key 2, then it will show an error. Okay, so this is rule number 3. And you can have n number of foreign keys for a table. See, as of now, don't think how we are going to have a keys on a table. That's a secondary part. Just remember only one primary key. But how you are going to define that primary key, we will see in the further classes. Right? Yeah. After that, the fourth rule is you can have n number of foreign keys. One primary key, n number of foreign keys. N number of foreign keys. Okay, n number of foreign keys you can have. Next one, these are the four rules, right? The next rule we have is um, nulls we need to treat systematically. What is nulls? As of now, just assume null means we don't have any data. Okay, in general, in a table, if you have null, those nulls should be treated systematically. See, one time if you see null, don't think that every time you have to treat that null in the same way. Okay, null has to be treated systematically means according to the requirement, according to the uh, need, you have to treat that null. See, these are null, treating null systematically is very, 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 very important. See, the sentence is very small, guys, but it is creating a huge impact in the projects. When I'm learning, I thought it's a line of rule. It's a line of rule what I have to do with this null. But when I'm dealing the projects, I get to understand creating a huge impact. Getting? So I will tell you, not so issue. I'll tell you in which cases you have to deal the null. We have many examples on it. Okay, null has to treat systematically. Okay, how many rules we have done? One, two, three, four, five. One, another one is missing. Okay, let me say this one. mm, Relational each cell. This is also not required. Okay, this I got missed, I think. uh, Table column names. Okay, you have a name for each and every column, no? Name, id, marks, something like this. So that column name should be unique. It should not be a duplicated one, it should not be a repeated one, it should be unique. Okay, so make sure the column name should be unique in a table, and table name should be unique in a database. Okay, column name column name should be in what? In a table. Column should be unique in a table, and this table name should be unique in a what?
Database.
Yes, so this is the information maybe you can see. So column should be unique in table and table should be unique in database. This information you must need, because people who entered into the industry, there are few people in the company, knowing and I don't know whether knowingly or unknowingly they are doing, I'm not sure. They are doing such kind of mistakes which makes people get irritated, because this cannot be corrected by managers. Managers are very strict. Okay, so I want, be conscious on how you are using it. Okay, fine. These are the main rules you need to remember. Out of these main rules, you have some other rules also. I'm just checking, did I miss anything? Okay. Syntax, maybe you can do that. Mm, single row is also done. Okay, fine. So I'll share you this PPT, right? Just go through all the rules. Okay, just read it. If you are unable to understand, maybe this particular slide can help you to understand easily. Okay, but whatever the rules I have discussed so far, those rules are important. Okay, fine. Now I just want to walk through this SQL Server UI, and then we will directly move on to basic concepts. Okay, let me do that. Every time I will go with this SSMS. What, I don't have SSMS with me? I have. My God, I thought it got uninstalled. Fine. See, I'll share you the steps to install this one. Kindly follow those steps and install this SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, it's not a SQL. It's not a database. It is a management studio. Okay, so the moment you open this one, this is a management studio, guys. Okay, if someone asks you which database you are using in your course, don't tell me I'm using SSMS database. It is not an database, it's a studio. So what is meant by studio? Everything will be available in that studio. Okay, now this is a studio. If you see here, server type, in this Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, there are few types of servers that are available. What are the services it is available in the market for SSMS? In short, we will call it as SSMS, Microsoft, sorry, keep Microsoft aside, SQL Server Management Studio. In this studio, you have to select the server type. Okay, we have database engine, analysis service, reporting service, integration service, Azure SSIS integration runtime. Okay, out of all this, we are just going for database engine. You want to know about analysis service, reporting, and integration? See, um, that is an MSBI, pack. MSBI pack in the sense, actually, in general, we have um, reporting. For reporting, we have some other tools. For integration, for ETL purpose, we have some other tools. For analysis purpose, we have some other tools. Okay, this is an on-premise tools Microsoft has provided previously. Okay, as of now I don't want to go into this one. If you want, remember this and ask me at the end of the course. See, this everything I have worked on. Okay, so what I will do is, at least I will give you some knowledge on this one. So remember this and ask me at end of the course. Now I don't want to disturb my course. Now this is a database. I just want to connect with the database engine. Just hit this database engine, automatically your server name will be detected, because you installed the drivers, you installed the this one. In the steps it will be there. Okay, so if it is not detecting directly, what you have to do is, you have to click on this drop down button, and even if you didn't find it here, click for browse more. Okay, here you will be getting database engine one. See, these two things you have. Anything you can select. So as of now, one is already selected. Oops, it gone. Okay, so let me select this one. See, as of now I have selected this one. Now authentication types you have. As of now, go for Windows authentication. Okay, so remaining all you don't need. Okay, just go for Windows authentication. In the projects you will have SQL Server authentication. Okay, as of now go for Windows authentication, because in some servers with SQL Server authentication will create some issue. If you want, I will show you how SQL authentication can be done. Okay, that's a admin part. We are not admins, we are developers. Okay, so but it's okay, if you want to learn it, I will help you how you will be creating this one. Actually, for the SQL authentication, no, you will be having this login and password. Okay, so for this user, you are going to give the password, but as of now you should go for Windows authentication. Now after that, encryption you should take optional, and you should click on this trust server certificate. Okay, fine. After that, just click on connect. Then you will be redirecting into what? Your database. But you nothing opened. What is this? Okay, you are now connected to the, see here, SQL server. Now you are in your database. So what you have done in the SSMS Studio, you have connected to the SQL Server database. Got it? Yes. Now, Bhavya, where I should run the queries, where I can see my tables, where I can see my databases, right? Okay. Here, if you want to write a query, just click on new query here. It will be opening. Okay, so maybe you have this dot, Bhavya. Without network also can we do that? You can do it, guys. Without network also, it will help you to practice. Okay, because it is in on premise, right? No worries. It will be it will open and it will run your queries, because it is just using your laptop. Your disk is using for storing the data as of now. Okay, fine. Now here you can write your queries, whatever you want you can write. Okay, now here it is telling you to which date I have. As of now I have these many databases with me, because many batches I have run, right? So for each and every batch I have created one database. Okay, so this, out of this database, whichever database you want, that you have to select here. The moment you select the database here, your all queries running in this database, this will your queries are executed in that database. Bhavya, is it necessary to select a database? Guys, please don't put me this question. Because see, where your data is stored, it is in the database, no? Then to where you have to query, to that database only, no? This knowledge is important. Okay, fine. Now the moment you select the database here, automatically this is a worksheet or workspace, anything is fine. Okay, this worksheets database is also changing here. See here, bottom right corner, db underscore 11. The moment I change anything here, it will be selecting it here. That means all your queries are executing in this database. Got it? Fine. Now to Bhavya, how we can execute? Here you have execute button. See, just select your queries and execute. See, without, if you execute without selecting, whatever the queries you have in your note, in your worksheet, all your queries starts executing. Okay, so that is where I asked you not to not to click execute button directly. Select the query you want to execute and click execute button. Okay, actually, lazy people like me, I have little laziness. I can't go and execute this. I can't go and hit this execute button. What I will do is, I will just simply select this one and I will click control E. Control E. Control E is a shortcut to execute your queries. For that also you need to select it. Select it, nothing but see, just click and drag, you know, right? Click and drag this one, it is selected. Just click Control E. Or okay, I can go and hit this execute button, that is also fine. Anything is fine. Okay. Now after writing your queries, if you want to save it to your local as a file, .sql file, then just click Control Yes. See, your file will be saved. See how it is storing actually? It is a .sql file, guys. These are, see, type Microsoft SQL Server query file. I didn't store it like that. What type of file it is? It's a query file. Okay, so like that you have to save, or else in the file you have, see, save worksheet, save all worksheet as so and so name, or you want to save all at a time, or else you can see here the recent files also, or else no, projects and everything we don't have as of now, right? So this is the recent file. Got it? Here also you can save your one. Now after this one, this is just a walkthrough. If you want to search anything, you just click Control F. You can search in your queries, fine. Now execution is done, querying is done, saving is done. Here also you can save, I mean, sorry, not saving. Here also you can open your file. See, automatically it will be redirecting. See, you'll be opening into the file manager, and here you can open your files whatever you want. Now whatever the databases you have created, that databases you can see it here inside. See, let us assume AP is my database. So inside AP database, I have database diagram, tables, views, and many things. So inside the database, I'm telling, so under the databases, I am selecting my database. This AP is my database. So under AP database, I have these different tables. Under these different tables, let us assume contact updates. Under those table, I have columns, keys, constraint, triggers, and this one. So under the columns, you can see what are all the column names you have. Okay, so this I understand. You are seeing this UR interface for the first time, right? First time, right? So what I will do is, at least you have some idea, right? What is this and what is that? Okay, till you habituate, try to look into this interface. Whatever I execute, try to capture that one. Wherever I go, try to capture that one. See, till 10 classes, or till maybe till the batch end, I will help you to see where your data is stored. I will help you to see, I mean, how you can execute your queries. Okay, everything I will help you. No need to get panic, and don't think what happens if I ask this small doubt, is she feels you know in a different way. No, because when I started my career, I don't even know how to copy this one. It's quite common to question your doubts. Now this is the databases, right? The security, these are all admin part. We don't, I mean, we don't need as of now. And these features are actually for other other services also. Okay, so just remember whatever the things I discussed so far, that is the basic UI things we need to understand if you are looking into one database. You see, even in the MySQL or even in the Oracle, what are the basic things we required? How we can execute a query, where our data is located, and where we can write a new query. These three things you need to understand. Okay, so moving forward, I will tell you how you can change the database without manually with using a code. That also I will explain you. Okay, fine. So this is about the UI part. Okay, I don't want to spend much time on UI, because every day we are using the same UI, so I'm sure you will be habituated to this UI, because it's a user friendly. Microsoft's interface are user friendly interfaces. You take Power BI, you take Azure, I mean cloud. Azure is a cloud. Okay, so you take cloud, you take on premise, everything is an user friendly manner. Okay, fine. Hey, I personally worked, in Power BI. I personally worked in Azure Cloud. I personally worked in this all these services. So that is where my personal opinion is. You can easily habituate. Now, what is our next concept to discuss here? Okay, I'll send you these steps today. Okay, make sure Friday, mm, at least by Monday. Okay, you should have installed with you. Okay, fine. Now, yes, we know database. What is database? It's just a place or a medium. Medium is also nothing but a base. Okay, so it is just a place where we can store the data in a semantic and organized manner. Hey, why this semantic and organized manner? Because relational database, how data is stored in relational database? In an organized manner. How organized? Because it is in a table format. Okay, so we can actually, database is nothing but a place to store our data. Got it? If it is a relational, then it is in a table manner. If it is, if it is an high view of database, and you can take it as an organized manner. Okay, so every database will allow us to perform some operations. Those some operations are nothing but crud. See, when I'm uh, studying this SQL server, I used to learn it as a crud. I don't know why. Okay, it's a crud. CRUD, crud. Okay, um every database will allow us to perform these operations, which are crud operations. So what is crud? C for create, R for read or retrieve, U for update, D for delete. See, create, read or retrieve. Retrieve or read is nothing but fetching. Okay, so create, read, update and delete. So these operations can be performed on any database. See, in future, if you want to introduce any database into the market, make sure these operations should be have in your database. Okay. So remember, this might not be an interview question, but it is important. Maybe if you are performing any system tests, then in that they may ask you. Now, yes, welcome to this SQL world from now on. From now on till 40 days, our target is SQL. Okay, so our target to learn SQL is only 5 sub languages in SQL. Okay, if you learn only these 5 sub languages, enough. You are good to give interviews. If you, I'm bet you, if you learn my, I'm not telling you it's my course, but see, if you learn the course in a way that I explains, you can keep in your resume till 2.5 years of experience or 3. Because I'm not telling you this one. Previous batch, not previous batch, my ninth batch, 10th batch is a corporate batch. Corporate batch in the sense the people who already working in the offices. Okay, so to them I have teached almost 30 to 40 people. Okay, to them I have teached. Pardon me. See, their feedback is like that. Okay, so I want you to utilize this one. Fine. See, DDL, which is nothing but a data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, transactional control language, data query language. If you learn all these languages, sub languages in SQL, you are done with basics of SQL. Basics in the sense, SQL, you are perfect in SQL. Of course, if you want to enter into the market, you need TSQL, Transact SQL, which I'll be teaching that Transact SQL also here. Okay, with the same cost. Same cost in the sense I'm not going to charge you an extra amount for TSQL. No, the same amount I'm going to teach you. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, maybe I can continue, but it will take much time. Okay, I'll just give you a definitions. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, we are going to understand each and every language with a practical way. By using queries, we will try to understand. But before that, data definition language. Okay, so in short, I will tell you. I don't want to go through this, definitions which was given by Google. Okay, actually that is important, but in short I will tell you. So data definition language is nothing but if you are talking about structure of database objects which are present in database, then that is nothing but a data definition language. So in simple terms I can tell you, uh, if you are dealing with the structure in the database, actually every table is an object, everything you are creating in the database is an object. Okay, so what I'm just trying to understand, what I'm just trying to tell you is, if you are dealing with the structure in the database, directly in the database, not on top of table, guys, remember, I'm not talking about table, I am talking about structure of database objects. Objects can be many, can be many. I'll tell you, but how? I don't want to tell it orally now. I want to show it to you everything practically. That is how you will remember the concept. Okay. So, if you are talking about structure of objects in the database, then that is nothing but a data definition language. Okay. So, this data definition language will help us to create an object, modify an object, delete an object, truncate an object. Okay, I'm not talking about table, guys, remember, I'm talking about the object. Is table is not an object, table is also an object. Along with the table we have different uh, values, different objects also. Okay, fine. So maybe I think, yeah, what can we do with DDL? So what can we do with DDL? These are all can possible with DDL. We can, you can create, if you want to create something, if you want to drop, you can drop from the database, you want to alter, you can alter in the database, if you want to truncate, you can truncate from the database. Okay, so this we are going to understand practically. Okay, so before understanding all this one, we actually need to understand the data types and constraints that I'll be discussing in tomorrow's session. Okay, so that's all from my end for today. I'm not starting the new concept today. So any doubts here, anything you want to understand here? Okay.
Mom, do we